And now I'll invite Professor Maruturai to give his talk. He's traveling, so I'll be trying to share his screen, his talk, and look forward to your talk, sir. Let me share your screen first. So may I request Dr. Maruturai to talk on the response from Thai NHM to manage rodenticide poison. Over to you, sir.
Sir, a very good evening to all of you. Like sir is in travel, so I think he's not able to connect through to the audio and he's unable to talk. So I will be presenting the slides, sir.
Okay, hold on. I can see Dr. Maruturai, but I understand he's not able to connect.
Yes.
But let me introduce you. So let me welcome and introduce Jaya Lydia. Lydia is a public health consultant with the INH. Lydia, over to you.
So thank you, sir. To start with the presentation for today, I would like to thank Dr. Daras sir, Shilpa ma'am, Professor Narayana Swami, Raghunandan sir, Maruduthurai sir for and all our team members in NHM for enabling this program to get rolled out so well. And this program was basically guided and supported all through by Professor Epen from CMC Vellore. Thank you, sir. So can we move on to the next slide? So this slide is from the SCRB data, the State Crime Records Bureau. It shows the trends of suicides in Tamil Nadu. Right from 2001, we have compiled the data. And in 2022, up to November, we have the data and it is around 18,406. So suicides are really a great problem. And to address this problem, there are a lot of steps that are being taken by National Health Mission. And this year, in the year 2022, we had arranged several meetings at NHM, and all the experts for poisoning, rodenticide, and bites and stings were gathered at NHM, and a lot of improvements have been noted. So this is the slide that shows the burden of rodenticide poisoning in our state. So there are around 22 to 25% of rodenticide cases that are reported among the total poisoning in our state. The second slide, the next slide, sir. So this is a slide that shows us the milestones in addressing rat killer paste poison in Tamil Nadu. So this problem in November 2021, that is a time when National Health Mission compiles all the proposals from the stakeholding departments, the stakeholders, and submits the proposal to Government of India. So at that time, Stanley Hospital had a lot of patients identified with rat killer paste, where the ultimate option is liver transplant, and many lives were lost. So they had actually given a proposal to NHM, and then we had been in contact with Epen sir, and sir had shared the Tamil Nadu ISD guidelines that was published in January, and soon after, with all guidance of experts, we had immediately taken up and proposed it in the PIP, we call it Project Implementation Plan, and it was approved by Government of India in January, 20th Jan 2022. And then in February, as soon as it was approved, the state immediately took it up, because this was a very serious issue, and we thought trainings will help. So sensitization workshop for doctors in 86 Thai centers over 12 batches took place, and around 717 doctors were trained over video conference mode. And this training was again arranged by Christian Medical College, Vellore. And then we had multiple consultative meetings with experts at NHM in the month of February, like 11 the meetings that happened. So the agenda was to get ready with the protocol for managing rodenticide poisoning. And then in the month of March, 3rd March, field visits to hotspot cluster And a video documentary was prepared under the chairmanship of Narayanaswamy sir and Epan sir. They had visited a hotspot cluster in Tanjavur district, and a detailed video documentary was prepared by interaction with the patients who had actually survived and patients, families who had lost their lives, and also the farmers. So this report by the experts was submitted to Government of Tamil Nadu, and then in March 15th, Plex team was formed. Instruction from NHM was issued to all the hospitals, and we had asked them to form a Plex team headed where the multiple stakeholding departments, right from emergency department, medicine department, blood bank, pediatrics, nephrology, medical gastroenterology. So a lot of these departments, along with the nursing staff and the technicians, formed the team. And then in April 11th, we commenced the rodenticide poisoning daily monitoring. So we prepared a Google form, and in that we made sure that all the hospitals are reporting their daily statistics to us. And 29th April, the Honorable Health Minister for Tamil Nadu announced in the floor of the assembly regarding the ban on rat killer paste poison. So it was announcement number 114. And in the same announcement, 6 centrifugal Plex machines were then in May 9th, 2022, Tamil Nadu Rodenticide Poison Management Guidelines draft version was ready, and it was circulated to all hospitals. In May 9th, IEC materials and ready reckoner was circulated. It was ensured that all the hospitals had this in place in the OPD, in the emergency department, in the medicine wards and the ICU. And 29 July, there was on-site workshop on Plex at CMC Vellore that took place over 3 batches for the 6 hospitals where Plex machines were installed. And September 2022, monthly death audit and review on Plex was started. And December 12th, 2022, we have the permanent ban on Ratol. The government order was issued. So the next slide, sir. So this is a slide that shows the Honorable Health Minister's announcement, both the announcement and the IEC materials that we had prepared to be displayed in all the hospitals. Next slide, sir. This is just the slide that shows the video documentary that was prepared in Tanjavur cluster, where all the patients and the beneficiaries had a detailed talk, and this was submitted to Government of Tamil Nadu, which was again forwarded to the Agricultural and Farmers Welfare Department. And that is a result. We have the ban today, the government order. Next slide, sir. Then we had supplied 6 Plex machines to 6 high caseload centers, namely Government Stanley Medical College Hospital, Government Coimbatore Medical College Hospital, Government Rajaji Hospital, Keelpark Medical College Hospital, Vidupuram Medical College Hospital, and Raja Muttaya Hospital. And the dates of installation was around August, September. It was already installed. Plex teams were formed in all the hospitals. Next slide, sir. So in Coimbatore Medical College Hospital, they had actually submitted to us how it was before. In 2021, they had just done one plasma exchange for one patient. And that patient also, the outcome was death. Whereas in 2022, right from January, because of all the sensitization workshops and multiple trainings and instruction from the state, a lot of interest was there in this plasma exchange, and they were able to save 33 people out of 42 patients who came for rodenticide poisoning. Next slide, sir. So now we have around 16 hospitals that are performing Plex plasma exchange: Stanley, Trichy, Rajiv Gandhi Government General Hospital, Salem, Coimbatore, Madurai, Tanjavur, Thiruvarur, Pudukkottai, Keelpok, Vellore, Tirunelveli, Kanyakumari, Viluppuram, and Kadalur and Thuthukudi. These machines are ready and patients have been treated. 64.6% discharge after Plex. And this is the map that shows how many patients came in and how many Plex has been done. Next slide, sir. So recently, on December 7th, Honorable Health Minister of Tamil Nadu had released the standard operating protocols officially. The booklet was released. Next slide, sir. And on December 12th, 2022, we had this long-awaited ban order for rodenticide from the Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Department. So it actually permanently banned ratol, and still a lot of work is happening in both Health Department and Agriculture Department to take this GO to everybody and ensure this is actually enforced and implemented. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Lydia. Thank you for a very nice presentation. And I must thank Dr. Madhuture as well for his inputs into this. Now it's the formal talks are over. Now it's time for any comments or discussions. Maybe I will start with one or two comments from my side. It's very encouraging to see this large number of, many multiple interventions done by the government of Tamil Nadu and the National Health Mission to address this big problem in our state. It's also true that this surely is the world's largest set of such treatments available done. Plasma exchange for rodenticide poison liver failure, almost 1,000 patients is very large number. So it is our bounden duty to get this out in a correct format, which analyzed appropriately and show that how the victory was won. We watch World War II films and we watch how they, how the D-Day and etc. happened. So it's very important that we learn from this as well. So we have to analyze data appropriately and then. So I will stop there and ask for any comments. Dr. Jayanti, ma'am, any thoughts from your side? Any comments from your side?
I think I was also a professor in gastroenterology. I think heartiest congratulations to the NHS team and for Dr. Eapen for taking this lead forward. It's a wonderful, I think it's very gratifying to see, patients surviving following Plex, and our experience also remains the same here, especially when they come on time. I think Plex definitely has a role in management of these patients. In fact, as Dr. Eapen said, none of our patients really went in for liver transplant. And in fact, they did not require a liver transplant because most of them survived with the Plex. It's a great initiative, and I wish and pray that whatever the government rules are, it gets implemented at the periphery, in the rural areas, and there's a complete ban on this. In fact, in Coimbatore, we used to have this cow dung poison presenting like yellow phosphorus poison when I was there in Coimbatore, identical. So I think this Plex has really made a major breakthrough in management in many of our patients. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other comments?
Venkat here.
Yes, Venkat, we can hear you.
Sorry, I'm joining as I'm traveling. Is there any chance that this cost of the Plex could be, I just want to put it to some of the government officials, whether they can be included in the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's scheme? Because what happens in some of our hospitals is beyond third or fourth, they are not able to really afford it at that point of time. And so we need to push them to the government hospital and then. So we have this issue. Just like other dialysis, can it be included in the Tamil Nadu CM scheme? So a little more patients who are a little down who come to us could be helped that way. We try to help them as much as possible, but It is basically sometimes we require 5 to 7 some sessions of thing which to bring them out. Even though at the end of third plex we can predict the outcome. So I just request if this could be included, is one of the Tamil Nadu CM schemes. I think in some of our hospitals it will be of a great help to support the patients through the entire plex program. That's what's my request. The government can include that.
I also endorse the views of Dr. LVK. Absolutely.
Thank you, Venkat, for your comment, and we can approach the government and see, make a request on this for a very valid point. Really. Yeah. Any other comments?
Sir, actually, under the CM insurance scheme, I'm Lydia, sir.
Yes, Lydia.
Under the CM insurance scheme, Uma IAS, she is heading the CM insurance scheme now, and ma'am, under her leadership, she has taken up the scheme, and it is there in the CM insurance. There is a package amount of 10,000 rupees per cycle, but we have also addressed to ma'am asking to increase the amount, as that is not enough. So we made some calculations and asked to increase the amount for. Otherwise, the package is there.
Thank you, Lydia. I'm aware that this initiative has provided consumables in the government medical colleges for it to make it happen. So what you refer to is there. We understand. The question is, yes,
cost there at Vellore? First
cost,
is about 50,000, no? Around 70.
Here at Vellore, the cost currently being charged is 20,000 per session.
Yeah, okay.
And
we charge around 17,000 per session.
Yeah,
something like 17 to 20,000 it takes.
And for the first session, for the line placement, another 10,000 extra for the central line placement. So it comes, that is the range.
The first session takes about another 10 to 12,000 more.
Yeah.
I think
So for us, Ramachandra is hugely expensive, you know, it's 70 and then it becomes 40 and 40. So at least $1.5 lakh they have to spend minimum.
So we can dialogue with the government about this request and see what they said. That's correct. Very important point.
Maybe $100,000 per session or 2 sessions.
Because it is true that liver transplantation is being funded by the government of Tamil Nadu. So even in the private sector. So if so, then a much cheaper alternative for the same indication is the way to, I guess, make the appeal, and we should try that. Any other comments, anyone?
Dr. Ubal? Dr. Ubal is around?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, very much.
Because we are only started that. Okay. Even any possibility of this huge number of patients, whether we can put as you said, proper study material, analyze that.
Yeah,
I think that can be published. It will be even 1 year data. I think it should be a huge data for that.
Yes. So actually, we requested Thai NHM and not requested, suggested to Thai NHM that this analysis, if nowhere else, can well come in our journal. And if so, then we could even have a focus on one issue on that. However, the analysis needs a lot of inputs like this. That is how we end about showing what Lean presented was we used the Kochi criteria and then to show it. So it needs some specific inputs that way. So if that analysis could be done, and I know the team at Thai is working on this. So let's await the data and we will see that. I'm hopeful it'll come out there.
Actually, that is really impressive, that roadmap, the way Lydia explained that. That amount of work it was done, it was not very much aware by so many people. So at least every
phenomenal.
week, it's a phenomenon. It's a, I think I think there should be, that's the reason I thought I think this thing should be need more public exposure, mainly in the newspapers, and I am also looking into whether to bring out an article on this suicide and rodenticide poisoning in major newspapers sooner.
Yeah.
But let it not be a lead towards that being a use to commit suicide. No? So we have to be very careful in that statement.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
so
No, that mainly suicide prevention only, because a lot of things are
It has to be a general statement. Because
on the
otherwise,
preventive aspect. Yeah.
it's a message to that.
That's right. I agree with both of you. That is, by addressing this by multiple steps, it brings to the larger question: what happens to people who are trying to commit suicide? And we are only taking care of now the rodenticide. Hopefully, if it is banned, then still the underlying problem remains. So I've understood from conversation with Lydia that there is a separate section in NHM which handles the distress calls for like suicide, etc. So that's not so much our specialty, so we're not so much aware of it. However, even there are some interventions which we have been talking about. For example, why not in the different coaching classes, 1 hour per year should be what happens if I do not pass the exam? That's, why not? What else should I do? No, enabling me to think, at least be aware of a situation like that. And I've thought about it and telling, yeah, it's okay. I can do various other things in life. As an example, when it's a school academic pressure, there are different reasons why people try to commit suicide. So that's an example of how different ideas can be put forth. So maybe there is a need for yet another TNIC guidelines to talk about. Again, it's not in our field, but it's leading on from this particular topic, to say.
Even Ganesh here.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, Ganesh.
I think going into the suicide and all that, I think we might be going away from our focus, because I think it requires not only the person who commits suicide, but also the parents and all that. I think we need to probably focus on our study, because suicide is something which we may not be able to deal with in toto. I think you require specialists on that. Otherwise, we need to probably rope in a few psychiatrists and probably talk on that. Otherwise, I think subject matter would be too vast for us to handle. I think that's what I feel.
Yeah. Ganesh, I agree with your point. You're looking at it from a scientist perspective. It's your scientific brain is talking about it. I'm saying also appealing to the societal perspective. Okay, so it is not our field at all. I agree, but why not? We can also join the team, which enables positive interventions. Like that. That's I agree.
I agree. I think the initiative should come from the NHM, and then we will be joining them.
Yeah.
Without any problem at all. We'll give our own inputs and all.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Because I think the cost factor is very important, because we can tell the patient to have a cycle, like Madam put it, and Ramchandra, it's way too expensive. So nobody goes beyond cycle 2. And if they improve, then fine. But if they require another cycle, we have a problem. I think it's way too expensive.
It is true that in rodenticide in Tamil Nadu, the case burden is maximum in the government hospitals, not in the private sector. And that's where the NHM initiative has made the maximum impact. In the poorest it appears that hopefully we have to analyze the data, but the numbers show what Lydia shared is already close to 1,000 people that already had plex. So that's where the biggest case burden is. Hopefully with the banning, the question is, will the ban get implemented? Let's wait to see. Let's hope that will happen.
Yes. But private, they may not be able to afford, though it is life-saving. Though it's very life-saving.
Yeah. I agree. It's a big problem.
We could also, I think, initiate a dialogue on increasing the amount given by the government for the insurance scheme, because this is life-saving.
Yes.
They can give 20 lakhs for liver transplant. they could probably give another 20 to 30,000 more so that, they can complete at least 2 to 3 cycles if required.
Yeah.
You become dark.
There's just been a power cut here. Okay, it's come back. We are not in the metro of Chennai.
Yeah.
Okay, I think if there are no other comments, may I request Ubal to give some closing remarks?
Once again, thanks for all the presenters for their nice presentation, because really that Lydia's presentation is an eye-opener for all the members. I think the way we started initially, we never expected this kind of response, because I think myself and Epan were thrilled by the government's and Thai NHM's response. Even we are planning to give an award for each best performing districts in Tamil Nadu in our annual meetings for managing this rodenticide poison. So, by the way, as a society, we thought of contributing something for the common people and the society, and it is our duty to do this. And with the help of the government and other parties, I think we are able to achieve and to bring so much change in the common people's life, because the suicide is one of the things which somebody do it in a momentary manner. They don't know what is the consequence further, and if some kind of treatment which is going to bring back their life is to normal, which is useful for the society as well as for the family. And this again, once again, thanks to Thai NHM, and special thanks to Epan. He's again a pillar or a foundation for these studies and all the multi-center studies. And this is our first program to initiate this, and we plan to put it as a video, YouTube video podcast. That's how we are going to call it. And this will be put it in our website, and maybe we have to edit it and we concise it and put it so that it will reach more number of people and other things. Once again, thanks everyone, and thanks for your valuable comments and your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think we'll close. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, all.